To all Arsenal fans all over the world, looks like there is a boost for a man known as Ollie Watkins, one of those players that you people have been looking at for a very long period of time, and Arsenal put in a bid, it got rejected recently. Welcome to the Rokani Media Football. How are you guys? I know you're watching us from, I go by the names of Rokani David. Smash like button, comment and share. If at all you're watching us for the very first time, endeavor to subscribe to this channel so as not miss out on the stories that we do upload in here on a daily. Rokani David is my name and hope you guys are really having fun. It's really heated up in here for you, and there is an Ollie Watkins to Arsenal boost because the side of Aston Villa is really trying to do some huge activity into this winter transfer window. This is the first of it's the first of February, and we are left with 2 days to see to it that this comes to an end. Let's see close to 300 likes much on this video. I see people in the comment section putting out comments that Rokani, please stop giving us the news. Guys, when I don't give you the stories, you are like, you are not giving us updates. When I've gonna hit obviously come up and obviously try to give you updates and you're telling me, please stop giving us stories, I don't know what you want, you know. So I'm going to do what I opened up. I'm going to do the reason as to why I really went ahead to open up this channel. You know, the primary goal was to give you news, and for me, I just bring you the news from anywhere and I really give you the source and I react, and then I'll also be welcoming your reactions into the comment section below. Now, there is what we call affordable smartwatches. If you really believe that you need an affordable smartwatch for the Valentine, you can buy it for yourself, you can buy it for your loved one, whether male or female, please go ahead and obviously call +256 70 99 88 665. That is the number. I repeat it. It's +256 70 99 88 665. That's the number, and they'll obviously get you what we call smart watches that are really favorable, that you people will obviously enjoy, and that is mono gadgets for you. Now, where should we start from? Arsenal is hunting for forward. You know, they are hugely and angrily searching for forward, and the forward that they are all looking at is none other than Ollie Watkins. But Ollie Watkins is a player who is playing at Villa, and John Duran has just left Aston Villa to go and really play for Al Nassr, meaning that they are left with just one. I repeat it. Aston Villa is left with just one striker in Ollie Watkins. You understand? And in so doing, the player wants to go to play for the club of Arsenal. You understand? The player wants to go to play for the club of Arsenal. That's what you're really getting in from the sources that I've gone here to report, because I brought you a story that he's a childhood supporter, all fan for the club of Arsenal, and his idol with Thierry Henry. And when a chance like this comes, he wouldn't like to miss it, because in 2020 he said his dreams to play for the club of Arsenal, and now the right time has gone ahead to come. Now, Aston Villa have gone ahead obviously try to look out for players that can come in and obviously stand in the boots of Ollie Watkins and Ollie Watkins and John Duran. And Fabrizio Romano earlier told us that Unai Emery has given the green light to Aston Villa board to try advance on Marcus Rashford loan deal. Expensive and difficult one, but Villa have already approached Marcus Rashford's camp. Strong interest and the negotiations ongoing. That's what he really had to tell us in the morning, meaning that Unai Emery had given it a green light that please get me Marcus Rashford, because he's what I want. He can play as a left forward, he can also play as a center forward for the side of Aston Villa. Then he later told us that Marcus Rashford and Aston Villa deal close as negotiations are now progressing to final stages. Loan move until June, salary covered, and discussions ongoing about buy clause. Rashford has also spoken to Unai Emery. He's aware of Aston Villa desire to get him. So that's how the boost of Ollie Watkins to Arsenal came about. They are getting in Marcus Rashford, and it's not only Marcus Rashford they are really looking at. You know, they want to bring in Marcus Asensio. You know, they also want to bring in either João Felix or Matheus Cunha. You understand? All Matthias tells. So that is the side of Aston Villa for you, and they want to obviously put in a very big shift into this transfer window. And they're also looking in for a defender. By the end of this winter transfer window, they would have gone ahead obviously sign like 3 players, if I'm not mistaken, into that. So the hugest of all these boosts is coming in through from Fabrizio Romano again, and this is what he really has to say. Fabrizio Romano has come up and told us the following, that he also told us that Marcus Rashford has agreed personal terms with Aston Villa. Deal imminent after initial green light in the morning. Understand Villa and United are closing in on a loan deal, discussing buy option. Closed. Emery called Rashford player attracted by project and Champions League football. So Marcus Rashford is attracted to Aston Villa by Champions League football because Manchester United isn't in the Champions League. We all know that. So for Marcus Rashford, I think this is a chance to see it obviously gets back to where he deserves to be. And for Ollie Watkins, he won't say not to go to Arsenal because of Champions League football, as he's already there. He's already there in the Champions League, and they're into the quarterfinals, waiting for who is obviously gonna be coming in through from the round of 16. And the playoffs have already gone ahead, obviously, be scheduled. 11th of February, that's when they're obviously resuming. Those are 10 days from now. That's when you're obviously going to know who Arsenal is going to be facing on. Meaning that Ollie Watkins knows that at Arsenal, it is assured Champions League football, and Marcus Rashford has rushed that side. So, if Marcus Rashford is at that side, and they're still looking in for João Felix, and they're still wanting to bring in either Marc Asensio or Matheus Cunha, I tell you, that means they know they are going to lose Ollie Watkins. If you're Aston Villa, Ollie Watkins is not in your future. He's in the past. 29 years of age, a team has knocked at your door and it's offering him or offering you £60 million. Why don't you let him go? Because if you let in João Felix is 25 years of age, bring him at the club, he'll be active there for some years, and you might obviously get the same amount of money, like £60 million from João Felix in the next 3 years. The same applies to Marcus Rashford, because you're going to hate to see Harry Kane go for €100 million from the side of Tottenham Hotspur, meaning that if Marcus Rashford goes at the side of Aston Villa and performs very well, next 2 years he might get a deal to play for a big team, because 30 is just the start of a career of a human player. Because we're going to hate to see the likes of Ronaldo still playing at the age of that. We saw Thiago Silva play until the age of 40. So when he's playing for Chelsea. And what other boost do you want? Watkins to Arsenal boost is that, because they are trying to look in for players that are really going to replace these players. And I tell you, if Aston Villa doesn't sell Ollie Watkins now, no team is going to come up and obviously offer that guy that amount of money, because December this year, Ollie Watkins will be hitting 30 years of age. And who is going to come up and offer £60 million for Ollie Watkins? He's going to be depreciating. This is the only chance they have. And I know the financial department of Villa is okay with selling the player, because if they're not okay with selling the player, they wouldn't have gone ahead to go. They wouldn't have gone ahead to be going in for two forwards at the same time. Yet they've gone ahead obviously lose one forward. Why go in for two? They go in for two because they know they're obviously going to be losing 2 forwards into this winter transfer window. And Ollie Watkins to Arsenal looks like it's one of those deals that it has to happen. Now one will say, I had Unai Emery come out and say, we're not going to obviously sell the player. Let me school you about one thing. The coach of Lecce on Monday, and the president said Patrick Dogo is going nowhere. You understand that they want to keep him until the summer. Now, do you know that today Patrick Dogo is going to obviously complete his medical and sign his contract at Man United? So those words are kept in the market to obviously see to either obviously frustrate the person who is in need of these players to offer the amount of money that they need. But I tell you, the player is available and they are going to take him, unless Arsenal fails to meet the realistic evaluation of Aston Villa. But I know they know what it takes to obviously get in a player like Ollie Watkins, and the boost has been put up there. So let's wait and see how it will be in the next hours. But Marcus Rashford is obviously going to be traveling to undergo a medical at Aston Villa, and after that he will put in a very huge shift into the mix. Now let's go to the man known as Mohamed Salah. Today, Mohamed Salah has gone ahead to surpass Frank Lampard, you know, when it comes to scoring Premier League goals. And Mo Salah makes history. Liverpool surpasses Frank Lampard as 6th all-time scorer in the Premier League with 21 goals reached this season. Today he has scored a brace, a penalty that was really questionable, and then another one from open play. That is Mohamed Salah for you. And all that happened in the 30th minute was a penalty. 75th minute, it was a goal for Salah into the mix. So Liverpool went ahead to obviously put in these stats today, and I felt that I should come up and obviously do for you something concerning Mohamed Salah into the mix. 14 shots by Bournemouth, Liverpool had 19. 3 shots on target by Bournemouth, Liverpool had 7. And 49% ball possession by Bournemouth. Liverpool had 51% ball possession. 402 passes completed by Bournemouth. 420 passes completed by Liverpool. 79% passing accuracy by Bournemouth. Liverpool had 81% passing accuracy. 15 fouls by Bournemouth. 9 fouls by Liverpool. 2 yellow cards to Bournemouth. 3 yellow cards to Liverpool. 0 red cards to both sides. 4 offsides to Bournemouth. 1 offside to Liverpool. 3 corners to each side. That's how things went ahead to happen. And how is the table really looking up here? And it really sends a lot of message to everyone who is really working in here, because watching in here, especially if you're an Arsenal fan, because Liverpool winning today, they've equaled Arsenal, same number of games played, 56 points, meaning that Liverpool is now 9 points ahead of Arsenal. As Arsenal goes ahead to play against a team known as Man City tomorrow, they have it in mind that it's not going to be an easy tie, you know, for the side of Arsenal. So 47 points that have been gained by Arsenal. Nottingham Forest has gone ahead to beat Brighton 7-0 today, and they also have 47 points. Man City, 23 games played, they're having 41 points, and Newcastle is having 41 points. Then Bournemouth is having 40, Aston Villa is having 37. So that's exactly what the table is like, and Liverpool has to do all what it takes to obviously go ahead and win this beautiful game of football today, because if they don't, they'll obviously find themselves in a position of really losing out onto what they want. And for Aston Villa, they are losing to Wolverhampton Wanderers by 1-0, and Matthias Cunha is in. Ollie Watkins has been taken off, you know, and Villa looks very, very vulnerable into the mix. So looks like they're losing, and we wait to see why Ollie Watkins has been taken off. Is this the last game for Aston Villa to play today, and they're like looking to obviously sell him off? All that and more into the comment section below. Rokani David remains my name. I sign out for now. See you later, and hope you guys are really having fun. Your reactions of Ollie Watkins to Arsenal boost are into the welcome session, and they are welcome here onto our beautiful channel that goes by the names of, right, it's the Rokani Media Football. We out, guys. See you later, and we love you all, and we love you die. Continue to subscribe, because we will be bringing you the latest news and information as far as everything is really concerned. So we out, and bye bye.